What decks should you be playing right now? Look, it's March 1st, 2023. Let's just take a look at the decks that are relevant. I'll show you the decks that I'm playing, my spins on decks that are doing very well, because if you're a part of the Twitch stream, you know, we have a good time. We mess around. Are we pushing for infinite? Sometimes, but then we remember it's a game.
And that's not the most important thing.
But if you do want to get to infinite, some of these decks in particular are also going to do it. So whether you're having fun, whether you're pushing for infinite, or whether you just want to know what's going on in Marvel Snap right now, hit that like button down below and let's go take a look. All right, let's turn this off, switch this over, and show you what I've been playing and why. I've honed it down to the decks that are a mix of fun and the decks that are a mix of competitive. So I'll show you what we've got going on. First off, I've called this one Skrono, right? If you have Super Skrull, that's the main focus of this deck. It's taking advantage of everybody who's going to be playing those extra ongoing effects and put it to your own spin, if you will. Gives me a couple of flexibilities trying to steal the ongoing effects. That one's just for fun. Is it meta? No, but it's just for fun. But you're going to see Super Skrull again. You're going to see about 4 different versions of this, maybe about 12, depending on the content creator you're watching. But basically, it's Shuri, Red Skull, and friends. You can see this with Ebony Maw or Titania. You can see this with Arnim Zola. I like this combo specifically with Venom and Typhoid Mary because it's another turn 5 outplay. You could go Shuri, Red Skull, Arnim Zola. Taskmaster is going to be in a later deck, but this one, clean, consistent. This is a very accessible deck for a lot of people. Highly recommend this variation if you want to give, you know, an infinite style push. This one's my own creation, probably going to have its own deck guide relatively soon. I'm calling this Rono. It's a Ronin Devil Dino deck, basically clog everybody's hands. This is for those who don't have Darkhawk yet. People think Darkhawk and they don't mind pulling cards. So this is the Rono deck. Rewind is also known as the West D4 bounce deck. Probably the best bounce deck in the game, in my opinion. Put the cards down, bring the cards back. Play the cards with all of their effects, bring the cards back, load up that Devil Dino, and take advantage of Ancient Coulson putting fun, unpredictable things in your hand. This is mine. I keep tweaking it 95 different ways to Sunday. This is Death to Thanos. This is my prediction of the style of deck that will turn into the next meta. Thanos is huge right now. We're going to showcase a main Thanos deck in a second. This one I've been running and tweaking for the last several months since I've had Thanos, and I love this style of deck. The only thing I'll say, if you're playing in March, while we've got the hot featured location of the Quantumania, I'm going to take out Carnage, and I'm probably going to play in something else. Maybe I'll swap it for Venom so I can move things around. But honestly, this deck has been pretty consistent. It needs a little bit more tweaking, and I'd like to know down in the comments, how would you tweak a Destroy Thanos deck? What do you like? What do you not like? Because this one's going to go under 95 different iterations. It's on 4.0, and who knows what 5.0 is going to be. Climb with me. This is probably the closest variant to what you're going to see almost everywhere. This is, if you don't have Titania, you put in Ebony Maw. And you're looking for Taskmaster, Red Skull, Arrow, and moving everybody around. You can double up Shuri into pretty much almost anybody here multiple times and have a wonderful time. This is going to be one of the decks that gets you to infinite. If you only want to play one deck and get you to infinite. That's it. There's a couple versions of it, but Maximus I seem to have a lot more luck with. Toxic Hawk. I love this deck. I love the evolution of Darkhawk here into this type of gameplay. This type of gameplay with Darkhawk to me feels the most comfortable in the current state of the game. Maybe not during the featured location because you're giving them rocks and Widow's Bites and things that can go up to 2 power when they are less power, but I absolutely love this. Probably my favorite Darkhawk variation at the moment, and you will be able to climb with it. Just wait until the featured location is gone. Moving into Queen of the Throne. This is a mix, if you will, of a Hazmat Luke Cage Wong epicness combo, but then throw in little extra pieces like the Shang-Chi and the Blue Marvel, and it surprises people consistently just to keep you over the top in case if you don't get the Hazmat play. Big fan of Queen of the Throne. What else we have? Moves like Dagger. This is the move deck that moves because it takes people by surprise. I have Daredevil and Hobgoblin in this deck, and I'm constantly back and forth with myself about Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler could also be swapped for Human Torch, but it's basically take your move mechanics and then throw people off on turn 5. Whether you get the Daredevil down or not, it doesn't matter, because Hobgoblin's going to surprise them, and then you also have that Cloak turn 5 strange movement, and then a backup plan, of course, of Vision, which always works out to be a nice turn 5. There's a lot of mechanics, and with the little buff that's gone to Dagger, giving her the extra power, it's reinvigorated the interest in her. Regularly, I've got, as a 2-cost card, she's going to anywhere between 10 and 16 power, because I'm moving her over and over and over again. Big fan of this style of move deck now, if you like move. I typically don't, but that one's actually a lot of fun. The Sandman meta with, of course, the famously toxic Leech. It's just good. It's got so many different types of mechanics to pull out high value cards. Psylocke, Electro, Wave, and Jubilee, all pulling out cards that will either hurt or help you simultaneously. Killing all the effects, weakening everybody, Dr. Dooming to get all the extra power spread around. This is just, it's a pretty consistent deck. This will get you easily into the 80s and 90s if you're looking to push to infinite. It can do it too, but probably might take a little bit of tweaking. Favorite variation of Patriot right now. This deck will also get you to infinite without a question of a doubt. I use Invisible Woman in particular because then I can play down my Patriot, my Khazar, and potentially my Blue Marvel, and maybe Mystique. Get them down hiding behind her so they are not in your hand in case if you get leeched. If you're not running into a lot of leeches, swap out Invisible Woman for somebody else. I wouldn't go Onslaught, that's too many 6s, but maybe push into somebody like Cosmo just to block a little bit that way. You'll be fine. I love this deck. This deck will also push you to infinite. It's a little bit flexible. I know there are some great guides out there on Patriot decks as well. This is just a version I like to play right now because Leech. Leech is Leech, all right? Anti-Leech Patriot. This is the Killer Khazar. Again, it's another destroy style deck, but this is my Agatha deck. I've used this one repeatedly, just let it autopilot. I'll always know typically by turn 4 if I'm retreating or not. So I'm not losing a lot of cubes. I'm gaining a lot of cubes with this style of Agatha deck. Again, Agatha isn't going to get you to infinite. It's not. I don't care what anybody says. You'd have to be playing it way too much. And as we've seen now, that will also get you banned. So careful with your Agatha plays. Lastly, this is probably one of the best decks in the game. I like Devil Dino instead of Valkyrie. I like that variation, but this is Ordinary Harry's competition winning, ongoing Thanos deck. And it's just amazing. Plain and simple. It's just amazing. He did a fantastic job. I've been loving the M'Baku Lockjaw play as long as Ordinary Harry has been as well. I just think it's an absolutely stellar deck. There's constantly things that you can do to combat other things in the game. If you're going to play one deck and one deck only, and you have all potential options out there for you, no matter what the meta is right now, no matter what feature location goes out there right now, this deck is consistent. Consistent. If you have Valk, put in Valk. If you don't, run this here with Devil Dino like we did yesterday. And I am extremely happy with this deck. I'll probably play it way too much over the next few weeks as I look to push to infinite for the month of April. What deck did I not cover is the question I have for you. So let me know down in the comments if you think there is a style of deck, a feature deck, something that pushed you up that you should say, hey, in March, I'm going to look to play this. Now, we're not going to talk about the season pass and any of that yet. That's going to come up in the next video, but I hope you stick around for that one. I just wanted to give you guys an update of what I've been playing over on twitch.tv. Hopefully this helps you, and I look forward to seeing you over in the next video. Quick video, but giving you an update because I haven't updated you guys in way too long. Thank you guys so much. I'll see y'all next time.